Hello, I am 12y, and if you look in this super amazing poster made by my friend Chips, who is a reoccurring friend of the channel, you will look around and see at the very right end of the table is me. But when you look at me and my avatar, what do you notice? What sticks out to you? Is it the lavender hair, the snazzy JoJo outfit, or maybe even the various Terra Prisma that are behind me as a result of my love for Summoner and Terraria? Well, not quite. For the absolutely big brain nerds in the audience, who I have the utmost respect for if you're getting at what I'm getting at, you will notice that my OC is Amity Blight in a Jotaro outfit. But I want you to pay particular attention to Amity. Amity is from a small little niche show. Don't know if you've ever heard of it. It doesn't trend on Twitter every now and then, and certainly it didn't get canned by Disney prematurely because of two girls that just so happen to be best friends. Yeah, look at these two. Aren't they just best friends? Definitely best friend activity right there. Anyways, that show is called The Owl House. Now this show, it's something very special. Very special, in fact, as it is one of the two spiritual successors to my favourite show of all time previously, Gravity Falls, the other spiritual successor being Amphibia, which to this day I have never seen, and honestly, call it stupid, but my love for the Owl House kind of blinds me and prevents me from seeing it, out of fear that I'll grow attached to something other than the Owl House. It is very stupid, but I won't ever give my opinion on Amphibia. I won't have any remarks towards it, because I've never seen it, and I probably am not going to see it anytime soon, no matter how good it is. I'm sorry, but tangent aside, I fucking love the Owl House. And you may be able to deduce that Amity is who represents 12y, because 1, Amity is swag, 2, Amity is a character I can immensely relate to and found myself gravitated towards during my first time watching of the show. Now, all that aside, I want to get into my personal journey with the Owl House, because looking back on it now, Owl House is 3 fucking years old. Makes me feel old and makes me feel decrepit and ancient. My personal journey with the Owl House begins August 28th, 2020, approximately one day before the finale of the first season was about to drop. At the time, I followed Alex Hirsch on Twitter, creator of Gravity Falls, and I saw that 3 weeks ago he was tweeting about Enchanting Gromfrite, episode 16 of season 1. And that was my first real exposure to the Owl House. Aside from 2018 to 2019, where I followed the Gravity Falls news channel, where I believe the posters for Amphibia and Owl House were shown off to the public. I saw Alex tweeting about how the episode was a groundbreaking landmark for kids animation, as it was the first episode which outright revealed Amity Blight is a lesbian, and that she has a crush on the main character Luz. This naturally caught my interest, but it somehow took me 3 weeks, or maybe even the literal fucking day before the first season ended, to finally watch The Owl House. After pirating the first season up until that point on YouTube, I quickly fell in love with this series after the first 3 episodes. I binged all of the first season in mere hours. Mind you, this was when online classes were a thing because of COVID, so I completely neglected my educational duties in pursuit of watching this funny little owl show. And I don't regret a second of it, because, as I'll explain later, this show has completely changed the course of my life. The final episode, Young Blood Old Souls, comes out. Very good episode, very nostalgic looking back on it, but then as quickly as I got into the Owl House, the first season ended, leaving this sinking void feeling in my heart and soul that I can't even describe, but I knew that I wanted more. I wanted to see where the characters would go, who Emperor Belos was, and what his shtick is, and I want more Lumini moments, god damn it. And so I waited. I think Dana Terrace and some of the crew did an art stream around late 2022, I think. Some very cool behind the scenes stuff was revealed. Our first look at a fan favourite character, Hunter, and some very cool little unused stuff, some storyboard stuff, teasers, and this cute little photo of Luz in her fabled otter outfit, which is also very nostalgic to me. I used it as my profile picture on my old Twitter account a while back. God, Season 1 in general, it gives me so much nostalgia, more than any, like, other thing I've been attached to in my life. Even shit that I liked as a child. That doesn't make me feel nearly as nostalgic as Our House Season 1 for some reason. I don't know why. It's only 3 years old. God damn it. So after waiting an eternity and in between converting to the Church of Amity Blight, eventually June 2021 rolls around and Season 2 comes out. Ignoring the fact that I saw the first few episodes, around a week early because of leaks, the season got even better than the first one. Mostly because, at least for me, this is why I attribute it to being the best season in the history of ever, Lumity became canon. Me and many others could not even fathom that a canon queer couple would become canon way before the show was slated to end. It's just... It's a surreal thought still looking back on it, and I'm very glad it happened because Lumity is the cutest little couple ever. It was at that point that I knew that the Our House was something so special to me and many others, something so special that I would finally decide to make the permanent character I use for everything based around my internet presence. Amity, the character who I've talked about before. I really love her. I really think she is the best character in any piece of fiction media ever. So, after that, Season 2 goes on hiatus for ages after Yesterday's Lie, episode 11, until March 2022, which is where it picks back up. And eventually, after a few weeks, it ends with King's Tide, which is one of the best episodes in the season, which is such a hard feat to meet, because Season 2, in my opinion, does not even have a single bad episode, which I think is honestly amazing, considering what later happens to the show. This season was filled with constant bangers that added constantly to the character's development or to the building up of the lore that was slowly becoming more and more clear as each episode went on. Surely, Season 3 was going to capitalize on everything and more. But alas, it didn't quite do that. Not because of a bad thing, because of some external factors. It was announced that Disney, around this time, was going to cut the third season short to 3 40-plus minute long specials due to the show not fitting their brand or some lame shit to cover their blatant homophobia. Regardless, the new and rapidly growing fan base were pissed at this revelation, and something they're still seething about today, something I'm still seething about today at Disney, because it feels like a big slap into the face of everyone who worked on this show, everyone who loves this show, all of this over the most petty little shit because they want to appease all their marketers overseas or whatever term. I don't care. This shit sucked, and it was the final nail in the coffin to what otherwise would have been a very peaceful burial for the Our House. I don't know what that analogy was, but regardless. Season 3 was slated to release in October 2022, and that it did. The first episode comes out, each episode is going to be spaced a few months apart. Okay, I can deal with that. So, thanks to them airs, first episode, and as it airs, it's instantly beloved by all Our House fans, including me. I love this episode. It's one of my favourite episodes in the series. But then this feeling came to me that I knew that this was the beginning of the end. And that sinking feeling in my soul would start to return, harkening back to the end of Our House Season 1. Episode 2 came out, For the Future. The feeling subsided after I watched that. Pretty good episode. But around, 3 days later, it returns, and it gets worse. Now I know that the next time I see this show it's going to be the dead last end of it all. Everything ends. So that's why I wanted to make this video. As of recording this, we are around 1 week away from the end of the Our House. And I am so terribly worried, so anxious, but in a good way, of course. I have absolutely full confidence that the ending is going to be good and the writers are going to land it, and they're going to somehow make the most of this incredibly rushed season on no fault of their own. But I can't bring myself to think of it as being gone already. All these characters and concepts that I've grown attached to over the course of 3 years that got me through some really dark times in my own life, COVID, personal stuff, that through this show, it taught me so many important values that I somehow, my dumb little stupid brain, couldn't really grasp until I had it read back to me in a format like this. Stuff that I cherish to my very core, like self-love, loving others, finding comfort in friends and family. Stuff like that, that makes me say to myself that in my eyes, there will never be a show that is as special and impactful and beautiful as the Our House. That's all subjective, but god damn it, if I don't think it is the best show I've ever seen, I would be lying. It is the best show I've ever seen, and I love it with every fibre of my being. Enough to identify myself with it, enough to seek active comfort in it. Its messages, and lately the loving and ever so creative community. I've been seeking comfort in their fan art, their fanfics, all this really cool and creative shit that I never thought I'd ever see in a community ever. That's why I wanted to make this video before the finale comes. That when it all ends, I really want to do a long form analysis on all 3 of the seasons, each episode in 3 videos. It will be fun. It'll take ages. I'm going to be analysing everything in every little analytical detail, skills that I thought I'd never use outside of school, but alas, here I am, using my old English analytical skills and shit to decipher the meaning and symbolism and stuff. It's going to be fun for me. I'm going to get stuff wrong, but I guess it's all up to everyone's own unique interpretation. And I honestly can't wait, because I can't wait to show the entire world how much I love this show that changed my life forever, and I cannot wait to see how it ends. Yeah. I'm so scared, honestly. I'm so scared. I just want everyone to be alright. I want it to be a good ending. Everyone's happy and all this shit. Someone's gonna die, but I hope it's not Queen of Queens herself, Amity, but regardless, until then, goodbye. I've been 12y, and I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Penis.
Everybody wanna be superstar. Get a lot of money, drive fancy cars. Everybody wanna be a superstar. Get a lot of money, might not see tomorrow.